and can bank black, do it. You don't have to fully do it. I've been in Citizens Trust all of my life, but I also used to be at SunTrust. But when I was at SunTrust, I also had an account at Citizens Trust. Citizens Trust has a credit card. There are different ways that you can support and invest in black banks. We have to do that because we want to make sure that we are keeping our money in our communities, that we're strengthening these black banks until we come along. Please do that. I'm going to encourage that. Second thing, you trying to say something about that before I time? The second thing is, which is the most important thing, connect and collaborate. There are too many silos in the black community. Everybody's trying to do their own entrepreneurship gig. Some kind of way we got to connect to be larger so that we can corner industries. So find your collaborator, your connection point, so that we can do this thing big and large and not just small. My hat's off to you for your ambition, but I'm telling you, it's important that we organize our strength into compelling power.
And to close out on this, Dr. King, for everybody out there who gets discouraged when you go try to raise money from somebody that doesn't look like you, who tells you that you are not approved for this loan, or they don't want to invest in your business, just remember this. We will never be able to free ourselves until we can fund ourselves. We have to create our own velocity of our money and our institutions. As long as we're asking the people that created the problem to solve our problems, we'll always have problems. Let's fix this together. Book to read, please. If you're thinking about leverage, buying another company, why should white men have all the fun? Is the number one. The second one, if you want to understand about black banks and the history of our people, and understand everything we talked about, how deep this really goes, the color of money, the history of black banks in America will tell you every reason. There's no way you read that book and don't go open a black bank account the next day. And third, go to our IG account, Redemption Holding. And it's Redemption Holding right now. It'll switch over to Redemption Bank when we're done. But I guarantee you, education is number one. EYL is the best at it. Stay supporting these brothers. They need us. We need them. Support these brothers every chance you get in this family of people who are putting this conference together, because they're doing something that we haven't seen before. This is a movement. You may not feel it, but you're in the arc of a movement around financial literacy that is absolutely necessary for us to be the best that we can be as a people. We take that off the table. What this bank does differently is that when it comes to small business loans, I used to run the Small Business Administration for the federal government. It is the biggest headache in the world to try to get an SBA loan. A lot of us would just say, I don't want to do it. I don't want to deal with it. I'll just go to my grandma and get some money. So we are going to make this as easy as it possibly can be for you, because here's why. Having a government guaranteed loan is the easiest way for us to take a risk on you, when only, out of all the government guaranteed loans, only 4% go to black people. 4. But if you're about to start a restaurant right now, why wouldn't you get a loan from the government that's guaranteed by the government that makes sure that 85% of it is forgiven if it goes bad? That helps me help you. But the problem is, we will be the only black bank in America that processes their own SBA loans in-house.
Wow.
So watch, take a dive with me into this cap table, because this is game. All right, so to create the bank, this is how you have a black bank. You gotta have a majority black board, which we have. Amazing, and the smartest black people you'll find on this board. But then you also have a either or test. You either gotta be in a black community, which not gonna happen in Salt Lake, or you have to have majority of your voting shareholders have to be black people, okay? So what we did is that we raised around our friends and family around, if you would, from our people at a discounted price, and gave voting shares to black people who came in, who wanted to invest, who believed in us, being in this room, to say, you can come in at a discounted price, we're gonna give you a share. I'll tell you what it is, it's $2.50 a share, boom. So you come in at $2.50, and we want you to support us, and you get voting shares. Now, for all of our friends, we don't let them vote. They can invest, but they do not have voting shares. So you can bring your money, and you can ride the upside, because this is going to be $1 billion enterprise that everybody's going to get paid. But if you're going to support a black business, you got to make sure that black people run it. There's got to be black control. It's got to be an expression of our ambitions, our self-determination. And to do that, you can structure a deal to where you can take the capital, but not lose the leadership and the focus. So everybody that came in on that second round, they came in at $10 a share. So watch what we just did. They come in at $10 a share. When the deal closes, everybody who invested $100,000 that was African American in the beginning for believing in this vision, at closing, now all those shares are worth 10 and you just made 4x. That's how you create black wealth. You come in early.